Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the third episode of the Mthunzi Mvubu virtual hangouts. Of course, these hangouts are sponsored by the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, Digital Solutions Relief Fund. And today I have the pleasure of hosting my soul brother, musician, drummer, composer, band leader, Mr. Ayanda Sikade. Yo, Sikade, kunjani man?
Hey Mvubu, ngikhona unjani bhuti?
Ngiyaphila man. Hey, thank you for making time and coming to hang,
Man, it's a pleasure, man, and thanks so much for the invitation as well.
Sure. No man,
Hey Mvubu.
before we go further, let me just play a song from your debut album.
Oh, debut.
Yeah, debut, yeah. I'll say the title after.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
Yo, that was Ayanda Scott is a little
Yo, Mvubu.
player. Sure, Nyabus. Can you hear me? No? Can you hear me?
Okay. The album cover invalile la. Angiboni
Oh,
kahle.
yeah. Of course, that was from your debut album, and the song is
Yes, I
Always
can.
There.
Wena?
Yeah,
Yes. Wena? Yeah.
yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah.
So you recorded this album,
Mthandazi.
yeah, man, in 2010, my brother. I remember, man. It's just the same year we
Yeah.
recorded perhaps album as well. And you released it in when? In 2018, right? Scott,
In 2018. Sorry? Yeah, man.
can you hear me? Uyangizwa?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, the words of it. But the sound is slow on
is
as well.
is delaying. Can you hear me now?
Mm-mm. Yes, yes, yes. I can hear you clearly. Mm.
Okay. No, when it's the movements, your debut album, why recorded 2010, same year as Perhaps album, and you it was released in 2018. Why such a long time in between?
Hey, um, Mtheni, I had a lot of things going in my mind, because one of those reasons was that, and I didn't want to be a band leader. Look, I never felt like, I want to be a band leader,
Yeah,
So I've always loved the situation where we're the group, I love the group concept, you know.
yeah,
So somehow after we recorded, I felt ukuthi maybe no mhlawumbe zawushesha ngibe leader yabona, and then kusho
okay,
ukuthi maybe sometimes, because sometimes once someone becomes a leader, then you automatically cut yourself from the other things that you were doing, because now you have to focus on a project, and you know so
yeah.
then I thought with ish is on shire, because it means now somehow I must lose my people, maybe, because also I must think like a leader. So this
Yeah,
group
yeah,
unity kind of a mentality, is like thrown out of the window. Yeah. And also I really wanted to feel it, So I felt maybe it wasn't the right time to do it, to release it at a time, So I think I needed to understand it more, for me to release it as well. Yeah.
no, I thought maybe it was my case because
So
I
those
think for me,
are some of the reasons, yeah, that I can tell you. Yeah.
yeah. No, I thought maybe it was like my case because for me, I've
Yeah,
enjoyed
Mvubust.
being
Can you hear me?
excitement for a long time now. You know, it's only like
Yeah,
last year I
yeah.
decided,
Mm.
nah, man, let me do this.
So yeah, that's why. But I'm so proud.
Yeah, your connection is somehow. Can you pick me up? Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back maybe after 5 minutes. It's just
Yeah.
a network thing. Hello again, and sorry about that. We had some technical issues. We hope this time everything goes smoothly. Yeah, Scott,
Yeah,
we were
yeah, but yeah,
saying
but,
we were talking about sideman versus band leader.
and not really sidemen per se, but to be a group, to have this le understanding ukuthi, hey, we siyazinikela sonke into one vision. I think it's more powerful than me trying to show you my vision sometimes, you know what I mean? So within a group format,
Yeah, yeah,
there's more power. Yeah, I'll put it like that. I think there's more power, in terms of unity, in terms of stronger brotherhood, and also stronger musicianship as well, I think. Siyakwazi ukufumana faster, or we can cultivate it better in a band structure, you know.
yeah. No, no, I hear you. I think also
Yeah,
that. a lot of like social, you know, ukuba ndawonye a lot of the times, like back in the day, like around 2008 or 7, when
Yeah,
you,
yeah, even.
me and Duduzo Makatini, we were like together almost like every week, you know?
Yeah, man. I mean, I remember in Orange Grove, sometimes you come and hang that side for like 3 days, and
Yeah,
we'll be like tunes every day, and that was really, good times, man. Those were really nice times, man. I
yeah,
still miss days sometimes, because now it's really rare to get such
yeah.
quality days, quality time. So those were really golden moments.
No, no, they were special for sure, man.
Mm.
Talking about social, man, how are you finding like distancing yourself from the social, man? Social
Hey,
life, since that's how we make our money from, being
yeah,
social.
man. Yeah, better, when it comes to playing music, which is the most important thing, first of all, I think the music should always be played, actually should always be available, from those who are creating it to those who are consuming it, So I think for me, in Shaya kakhulu lapho, whereby um I can just blow myself alone here in the house. Sometimes you need like a stage as an outlet to express your emotions and feelings, But ngoku ekunzima because you can't even see people in Bichaka, even if like Benzo come, let's play together, as we used to do back in the day, we'll do a duet, maybe in the practice
Yeah,
garage and blow, those things now are really gone, man. And, so for me, young Shire musically, cool, because in the socially, and it is like on and off, but this one, it has been really difficult for me. Yeah. And of course, Imali, there's no economy, so
yeah, man.
um, so and there's no way to figure out, how to make
Yeah,
money as a full-time musician. I know people they talk about the side hustles and all these things, but for me, I find it very difficult, because I'm so invested in the music. I've been doing this thing ever since I was born. So it's really very hard for me to shift my mind and see life without music, So it's really hard. But I mean, there are those moments
yeah.
where you want to play with the
No,
machita. Yeah,
I hear you, man. I
yeah,
hear you, man.
yeah.
Yeah, same for me, man. The music is my plan A, and there's no plan B, man.
No, no. At least
So,
when I
like,
was the Baba,
what do you find
maybe
yourself
Charlie
like doing
hands.
more?
Um, you know, uh, and not really much. Um, and I don't
Any
think I'm
new
ready.
passions? Like,
No, I've never had other passion other than to maybe to be active. Just to like sport, to ballet, or but to be a business-minded person all of a sudden, or to try and for me, it's been music, man. Hence, I'm saying
yeah,
I can't really imagine life without it. Because then I don't think um, Tizolanduka. I don't think I will be good. I don't think if I do something else,
yeah, yeah,
Nzoba the best, and also being the best. Um, man, it's hard without music. It has to be music. Even like teaching
yeah, man. We
music.
all,
Yeah, no, you can talk Mbubus.
yeah, man. I was saying, yeah, we all. we're all praying for this thing to go away as soon as possible, man. And another thing that I am finding challenging in this time is to, you know, keep myself inspired. What are you keeping yourself inspired with? How do you find inspiration,
Okay, yeah,
knowing
with
that
the help of
you're not gonna
yeah.
have an outlet soon?
With the help of these musical platforms, online platforms, Spotify, you know, I've really listened to a lot of music since I've been caged, or I'm not allowed to leave my house, or but I've really listened
Yeah,
to a lot of music, and also to go back to the music when I was growing up, to listen to Jimmy Smith again sometimes on my Fridays, and then just Babu Smith with the organ and the blues, and then the other days I would listen to the new cats, to
oh yeah,
modern sound, because must always put my ear on the ground to understand, So it's been a great journey, as well. I've discovered some really great, great It's been good for that. Yeah, just have time to absorb music and trying to understand also deeper what is that
yeah,
some
yeah,
and what is that one has to do, or to approach, how to approach music, what is the meaning behind playing music, and all these are other questions that, they somehow been answered for me, during this time. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
but there are, I'm
Hey
sure, when
man,
you
now you may you come again?
getting, I'm sure when you've been busy like checking, you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, I have my days, man. I've like maybe it's Monday. It's I this week is gonna be a productive week. Then
Yeah,
Monday, Tuesday, hey, then slowly, man, the energy dies out. So I have to,
it's crazy.
recharge myself again.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Now, man, I've played a lot with you over the years, man, and anyone who's played with you,
yeah.
uyazi, ukuthi Sikade doesn't need an announcement or a billboard or any spotlight. As soon as that first note goes up and you're behind that beat, you are on, man. Like you are all for the
Yeah, for
music,
sure.
man. Like, have you always been like that, man? Since like even before I met you?
Yeah, yeah. It's in. It sounds yeah, evoke, man. In tunes, and sometimes, some discover himself through the sound. Like your behavior. Sometimes, it comes out in the sound. Guchungban. I mean, I'm sure sometimes, when you
Yeah,
talk to me uh, fast, I'm like, boom, boom. So sometimes this
yeah,
comes also in the
yeah,
playing, and sometimes listening to myself playing, I can also understand Gutin Nadimban as a person, as my personality, So with sound, man, also I believe Guti Nyan, you can reach the infinity. So I always like try to see how far can I can stretch myself, without losing respect of the music or taking away from the music, without it's in not ukuthi even to try to harness, or sometimes mawufuna ukwenza izinto with an imposing mind, so sometimes the results, they really don't come out as great as whereby you will allow yourself to be in a free mode, in terms of I mean, because you still respect the music, but sometimes, because in sound, it can be contained in one note, for instance. Sound is everything. So
yeah,
for instance,
yeah,
tonality and we've got all the different scales that we can use within a certain tonality. But sometimes we have also chances on his scale, singing. So sometimes you need and put my new formation and you take that, and then it's like that for me, It's like you always iphelele uphinde uhlanganise uphinde uphume enye uphinde yabona like i-DNA umane infuse nenye new creation njalo. So this really fascinates me, and the power that it brings. This also, like, man, it's special. It's special. So for me, that's my space of really digging deep onto me to go to those things that I cannot normally reach, as like specificity. But in music, man, there's just a lot that I can say or experience too, express and experience too, because I also like the experience of these goosebumps or whatever. You play a solo so great, it just comes and and it's really, really amazing, man.
Yeah.
So it's been like that, man. Yeah.
So would you say for you, it's more than a facility like on the instrument. It's about the song more than how big facility someone has.
Yeah, you're not the song as music. It should be highly respected, So before I even do anything, I know how I should come into the song, and somehow within the song, the ending will also come, but it will be, not to say structured, but it could be something that I hear before it happens, or that I can influence for it to happen because of the seriousness of the music, the way I take it and how I see it and how I play it. But in between all of those things, there is myself, to realize, so somehow music is self-realization for me, So each and every song, each and every project, each and every musician I play with, I give the same energy and spirit, because it's not about your music. It's also about how I'm gonna experience it. So I should make it feel really worthy for me, to experience it, So it's basically I'm a listener as well, while I'm also the creator, or So that's a vibe for me.
Yeah. Man. Now, man, you started very young, man, like 7, and already at the age of 10, you were in a band in Tanzania.
Yeah.
How did you get that seat at such a young age?
It's a natural commitment, because when you're young, there's a lot of things, in terms of games. There's a lot. I mean, there's no games. Amaning bichaka, there's girls for the old boys. I mean, there's games for old boys. There's games for young boys. There's games for girls. There's game koni soccer, koni cricket, koni everything. There's just But then there is also a band practice. There's music. There's a band that's also playing every evening. So me, every evening, I'm at the rehearsal. For all of those years before I even touched the instrument. Every night I'm there to listen to Lamaflotman and rehearsal. But the fascination J sound just to be there, and and it was beautiful as well. So I think it's commitment.
Yeah.
I think it's really natural, because I left everything. My friends, they used to say, "Go to the Abora, go turn in the Jalum, you know what I mean?" And while I would listen to the but also with Spantul, also teaser.
Yeah.
I used to listen to it in your Pantul. I mean, I could be a child too. I would do all the things that children do. I never miss out anything. But it's just that every evening I knew that I must be at the rehearsal or practice.
So how was the scene in Tanzania? Bekunama bands amaningi.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you talk about the scene, man, that time when you were growing up?
Man, eMdantsane, it's township ye vibe, you know. Abantu bakhona bathanda ukonwaba nyani, like these people, they love to be
Yeah.
happy. So, you know, ukhona taverns, you know, taverns, they host pool competitions and they host a battle of bands, you know. So band from kwa units kwa NU1 to kwa NU14, you know, each area unit will have its band somehow. Or, you know, so we had more than like 7 bands in the whole class, proper bands, you know. And then, you know, you'll go to a certain area, you find playing, man, you know. It was just everywhere, man. There was music, man. And it was never like expensive. People never used to get charged for music, you know. So, and this was just a lot of it, man, in Tanzania, you know. But it used to happen mostly the local bands in the tavern, but then other bands will play in a community hall, you know, like the jazz band where I used to play with Vuka, and then they will bring a fruitman from PE, he's soul jazz man, and King Williamstown, about Slow Food, you know, there were just a lot of bands, man, in the Eastern Cape, you know, you know. So yeah, so I grew up in that environment, okay, you know, and you know, I was there, you know, zange ndalala musima yazi ngihlezi ngipha phakathi kwabo, you know what I mean? Yeah. So basically that's my back.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. It's I think it's almost the same.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
I think it's in the East End, you know, in Davidson specifically. Like I don't not anymore. Not like from 2005, like backwards, you know. There used to be like a lot of bands, you know.
Yeah.
So in a way that was you had, you know, different schools, you know, which school to.
Yeah. So man, music, man, there were a lot, man, different bands, different sounds, you know, reggae bands, Mbaqanga bands, and jazz bands, and abo Landuka, R&B, abo Landuka, ish, man. There was just every music, man, you know. Yeah, man. But apparently, because of these leaders, you find leaders. So I think the era happens in Pele, you know, because we have leaders. You know what I mean? So
everyone is doing their own thing.
Me,
yeah. Now, first, and now fast forward, you meet Mr. Darius Brubeck and join the jazz program, Natal University. How was that experience?
Wow, this was the most important step of my musical life, you know, because that is when I started to understand a musical approach beyond the township, you know, beyond the township style, you know, on how to even to rehearse a band, you know, how to, and also just to meet other people from different spaces of life, you know, because we had a lot of international exchange students in Natal, you know. So these cultures, man, they were like, wow,
yeah,
it's really beautiful. Because sometimes, you know, ikasi lakwazi ukucager kancinci in terms of understanding other cultures, also to explore, you know, other ways of thinking, you know. So Natal was
yeah.
groundbreaker for me. That ish manje, yo man, life it can be like this. It's big, you know. Wow, life is limitless, you know.
Yeah.
And the environment of you know, as a school it was really good, you know, to study music. You know, we had Darius, and then later on we had Brazil also came at the university, and sometimes we'll have, a teacher will come and visit, you know, the school, and with a big band that was happening there, and the jazz joel, an event that used to happen every year. You know, I mean, and Natal was really really nice. You know, it helped me a lot, you know, to move forward in this journey. Yeah, it was like an oil, you know. Bangithela amafutha ukuthi
Yeah.
ngiyeka, you know. Yeah, it was a really important step.
Mm.
Yeah, man. Let's keep lapha.
And you played with Ubabheki Mselebu.
Yeah,
When was that? Was it during your time in Natal?
yeah, Mvubu, can you hear me? Yeah,
Oh,
he came to visit, you know, Ubaba Mseleku in Natal, and actually wahlala for isikashana. And then there was this festival called Awesome Africa Festival that used to happen in Durban. So Babum Seleku had a gig there, not a gig. He was playing there. He was gonna feature in the festival, and
yeah.
because sometimes I would play a beat, no Babum Fanam Lambo, you know, Brafeya, who introduced me to Darius, you know, would also sometimes call me for a jam, you know. So, you know, Babum Seleku wanted a drama, and Amakhot man, they suggested me, you know. So, man, I was really honored, you know. I couldn't believe it. Today, it's still like, I mean, I don't think I understood the magnitude at that
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
Yeah, but it was really
I see.
it was a blessing, man. I was just blessed. You know, I
Who
don't
was
know
in
how
the
to put.
band?
So we had Babu Fuchan, Pralex on bass, you know,
Okay, okay.
and then Babu Mfana Mlamba on tenor, no Brafeya on trumpet and flugelhorn, yeah, and
Yeah,
me
yeah.
with drums, yeah. That was a band.
Now, can you please speak about the special bond, family like bond you have, Unduduzo, Umakhathini. Did you meet him at Natal as
Yeah,
well?
yeah. We met in Devon, you know. Nomgana, three doors, you know. And since we started to play together back at varsity when we were still students, hey man, I don't like it, you know. Hey man, you know,
Yeah,
some things are too amazing for the mind to comprehend. You understand? Because this relationship has been like this for as long as I remember. You know, this brotherhood, this
yeah, for
strong
a long time.
belief to yeah, man, yeah. Like, you know, man, it's just beyond. I don't know. It's supposed to be my dream. You know, yeah,
Yeah, no,
cause
no, yeah, no. I
yeah,
remember. No, I met you. I met Nduduzo first. Yeah, and then he introduced me to you, and we met at the rehearsal. And you had played
yeah,
some gigs, a lot of gigs. No, Oscar, Rachabane. and you came in, and you were like, hey, Big Jack, who's this now? And he was sort of like, the middleman, like, hey, no, Scotty, no. Give him time, he'll be fine. So I guess your bond started a long time at Natal.
Man, in Natal, it was already happening, man. Hey, man, music, man, sometimes it creates brotherhood, because it's really through the sound that we started to connect like this. It was never Uguti I like his timing or Kubo
Yeah.
we never talk even like this, because sayazi ukuthi background yafana esokolokishini, but uthando lwemusic and trying to know more, how to experience in music, has been the core thing, and I'm really grateful, that I can have someone like him who doesn't understand sometimes without me talking, so man, it's really difficult, to have such a friend like him, but yeah, he's been a really true friend and a great brother as well, yeah, we tell us it,
Yeah.
we tell us it also. Shit,
Yeah. No, for sure, man.
yeah,
And of
man.
course, the late Brazil in your life and mine, of course. What lessons still resonate with you to this day? And if you could share some stories if anyone comes to mind.
You know, Babu Nawana, man, Brazil, because I think somehow iyaziwa the thread or this chain ukuthi isebenza njani, because the message is still the same, but maybe in different stages or ukuthi we have to take music very seriously. We can mess around off stage and do everything, but on stage we do not mess around. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
he actually displayed it, a lot of times. We wouldn't mess around with Babu Nawana, on stage. It's either you in or you out. So this kind of musicianship, man, that is so strong was changing, man. It was inspiring, it changed me, because I've been always wanted to understand music more deeper all the time. And, sometimes I know people, but hey, sathanda uthetha nge-depth, niyathanda uba deep, ntontoni, I know other people don't like to comment. That's when you talk about music, because it calls the technique.
It's not a trend. It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. We can't be discussing each chops, for instance, because you have your own your own fingerprints, your own voice, which you in music. You have your own voice, so you can develop your own way of talking. As fun and go so we cannot be discussing those things, but we can discuss on how to understand, or or share, in fact, my understanding of what music is, what it's supposed to do, or what it's doing to me even better. Now, these are kind of the conversations. So sometimes I'm say, hey, Brazil, because he took music so seriously, it was so deep. We can't talk about other things, but we can. But we, this is important. When you jump on stage, what are you there for? You must be clear, about this issue. So Ungawana, even though he was talking, also he was doing it, man. There's never one gig of Brazil that was not transforming If you hear his horn, you'll be transformed. Even today, Yeah, so that's what I mean, that's what I received from him. It was like a gift that he gave to me. Actually, just beyond routine. Ngafunda, he gave me something, gave him the sound as well, and the sound, and these are the gifts from him.
Yeah, yeah. The importance of elders, man.
Hey man, we need, man, sitting
You
here.
can't replace that. There's no better.
Hey,
It's just priceless.
hey, we actually have to search for them now because
Yeah, yeah,
we have to look out for, we have to look for them, and and tell them how grateful we are that they showed us, or they are here. Babu Bani, Amakhulumano Brastompi, all these old timers. I think we should actually
yeah.
visit them, and always keep in touch with them, because man, they are very important.
No, true.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. The wealth of knowledge and experience, it needs to be
man.
passed down. Now, another elder, I mean, that you got to another elder that you got to visit in 2004. You won your Samro overseas scholarship,
Yeah.
and you said you're gonna go, Ubab Makaya and Shogo.
Mhm.
How did you get to that decision? Did you have a pool of people to choose from, and how did you arrive with it?
Because like I was from Natal, right? So, and scholarship in Swine 4 years
Yeah,
before traveling Ngihambe, So, sike sahlala pha, I think for 6 years. And then 6 years later, and then, but, Uba Makaya, it was between him and Ubra Louis, you know. But at that time, Ubra Louis eseqala move into South Africa,
oh yeah,
Yeah, so you couldn't start with him as a South Africa, it has to
oh
be,
yeah. I see.
yes. And also, because I was from Natal, I thought I don't want
Yeah,
to, there's a university environment again, whereby attend afike, ngiphinde. I thought ukuthi if ungahlala naye, I can every day we wake up, we have breakfast, I see what he's doing, like I like us, because I want to know how he's
yeah,
seeing
yeah,
things, how he's interpreting life, So I thought, hey, Mamakaya, man, he played those drums long time ago, and he played with the greatest of the greatest in the world, man. So
yeah,
I thought, like, let me just go and with him, and he was so happy that actually I'm coming to be with him. So for me, that was a big honor, Yeah. So that's how I did the scholarship thing. Yeah, yeah. I just chose him to be my guider, to be my teacher. Yeah.
yeah.
And
Now, how
sometimes,
long did you stay with him in Switzerland, right?
Yes, yes. I was in Switzerland for 2 months. I was in Switzerland for 2 months.
Wow, wow. Now, what
Yeah. Yeah.
that you got from the time that you spent, Bob Makaya and
Sorry?
Joko? What
The question.
lessons can you share from your time with
Oh yeah, man. Ubaba Makhaya, you know, most of the lessons were done through storytelling, you know, because sometimes you know, because you already know,
Oh,
you know, um, some technicalities, you know, but hey man, I don't know how to explain this thing, but his life around music, you know, this is what I was also there for, you know, because I was not really there for a lesson to check something and get my exercises and go home, you know. He gave me really simple like single strokes, you know, but how to
oh yeah,
alternate and use, yeah, like very simple air exercises, but then how to use them using the life philosophy, you know, because he will tell you a story that, hey, man, when I was with Dexter in 1962 at Stockholm, you know, he came with his cigarette and was busy practicing, and then he just said this thing, and then what I was practicing just changed into something because of the speech, you know. So these are the kind of the things that, you know, I was also interested in learning, you know. So yeah, so I get to know what is sometimes your playing really comes from your existence, you know, and also it should actually come from your whole existence. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Which other drummers or musicians that come to mind that shaped the way you approach music?
You know, you know, the obvious, Babu Elvin Jones, um, Jeff Tainwards, when I was at university
Yeah,
with Branford and Kenny Kirkland, you know, and then we had later on. I mean, bekhona abadala babala kudala bepop nentontoni, you know what I mean? Abo Bernard Putty, you know, but but then from
yeah, yeah.
Utain and then Bob Bill Higgins, you know, with Charlie Hayden and Don Cherry, you know, with Kurt Manuel Alto, you know, Billy Higgins is very good, you know, and you know, Utain, Babu Train, yeah, these are the drummers actually. And then later again, I discovered Mr. Blade, Brian Blade, you know, and
Oh yeah, Tay.
Baningi man, you know, these drummers, yes. But I want to talk about
Yeah,
these
yeah.
ones that were making me really, you know, because when Tane came, man, I was like, yo, these drums, you know, and the 4/4 feel, you know, the good swing, you know, yeah. These were the drummers I can really highlight and check.
Man, I'm having trouble reading comments here. I'm wondering if there are any questions, but I think we'll just go on.
Yeah, man.
So,
Let's
my
just carry
brother, man,
on. It's nice.
is there anything that you're working on right now that we could look forward to in the future?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Last year, you know, Tin, I had a lot of music, you know, because the composer sometimes
Yeah.
it's a it's a bit difficult one to say decompose it because I don't write it down, you know. I hear it and I sing it and then I try to arrange it, you know. So last year, man, the whole year I was hearing music. So and then I had a band as well, you know, with Makatini and Uzulu,
Yeah.
and then Mukwena on tenor, and then you know,
Oh yeah, your trumpet.
yes, Usianda,
Yeah.
yeah. So and then so now I've got these songs that I want to record. In fact, this year, you know, I'm recording. Yeah, let me put it that way. This year, I'm doing a recording. So hopefully, if things are nicer, you know, or when they get better with the corona, by November it should be done. You know, I'm praying by November. But yeah, there's a new album.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man, it's
And of
exciting.
course, you are part of the group Rainmakers.
Yeah.
Any plans for next year? Or
Hey, man. Yeah, hopefully, you know. But yeah, there's already a tour next year. It's just that we praying
great.
that corona won't disturb our plans as it did actually this year, you know. But yeah, we're still going on. The band is really good and it's cooking, man. It's really nice there. It's a good band, you know. So we're just hoping things will be.
Man. Yeah. No, Sikade Mfowethu, man. Thank you so much for making time and agreeing to do this.
Big love, man. Mvubu, we should do this again, man. It is really nice, Bichaka. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
It's been a pleasure, bro.
No, and I gotta say, man, Sikade just moved into his new place, so unfortunately he can't perform for us tonight.
Hey, man.
Hopefully we'll catch him live. So this thing,
you can see behind me, my wall is still empty. So. Oh man, yeah, for sure. I would love to, man.
Yeah.
In fact, must do a duet, man. Must do just do a duet.
If this technology can be in real time, you know, it would be great, man.
We'll sort it out. I'm sure we'll sort it out, Michak. Aye.
Yeah.
I'd
like to thank everyone for tuning in, and of course, next week I'll announce the next week's guest after this. Focus card. Have a good night, my brother.
Michak, you too, man. Thanks so much, man. Big love to you, and say hi to the family too. Thanks so much.
Sure.
Shout out.
Do it. Thanks.